All right, hey everybody. I just finished rewatching the God of War Ragnarok trailer for like the ninth time, and from the video I made last time of where I reacted to Crypt and Joey Nato their song, I thought like, what if I should break down some other things like you know God of War Ragnarok PlayStation Showcase 2021 reveal trailer, and now let's try it out. So obviously may contain content inappropriate for children. There you go. That's your warning. PlayStation, obviously. Sorry for the lag too. You already know. Yep. Sorry for that. So obviously we're opening up with Kratos here with a suit on, captured on PS5. So that's going from the PS5. Looks like they're in a cave right now. They are in a cave. They're like on probably on patrol or something because ever since the first game where they made the hole inside of they had basically a ring of trees that that kept like bad guys out of their homeland. Since they made a hole in that, basically now they got to defend it, meaning they have to go on patrol. So it looks like that's what they're doing. Looks like we have Loki or Atreus or Disappointment back here. We got this horns right here, so that just showcases like probably like the Avengers type Loki, where he's got the horns and he's older than this still. So this could be a callback to the magical deer that they killed in the last game, where Kratos had to show a disappointment over here. How right? So anyway, so basically where Kratos had to show Atreus on how to kill an animal, and then Kratos was supposed to carry it back, but then they got attacked by the troll. So now that we see that Atreus has now got to the point where he is now carrying food here instead without Kratos' help. So he's learned. Studios.
Time is running out. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming. My story doesn't end hiding in these woods. I should be out there, finding out who I am, who Loki is.
I will not allow
So we have Loki. That was his name that his mom gave him.
you to pick a fight with gods.
So it looks like we have our main villain Freya after Kratos and Atreus killed her son Balder. Now she's after them, even though she helped them. Then she don't really like him anymore because they killed her son. So
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
Yeah, like this. That's basically the entire game. Just revolved around disappointment over here, pretty much. Ah, dang it! I froze it. I froze it. Dang it. Holy crap.
I just want answers.
Yep.
And if those answers lead to war with Asgard,
maybe that's what Mother wanted.
we do not know what Mother wanted.
We have the classic "we do not know," where instead of Kratos saying "I don't know," where we don't know, I don't know, like kind of like that kind of stuff. He's obviously still the old Kratos, not the old but the new Kratos, where he's just stern, still trying to teach Disappointment how to live life, but he won't listen. Yeah.
Well, I recognise that dour expression anywhere.
Okay, so at the end of the game, basically Ragnarok starts to come. Now the entire lake of the bridge is frozen over. The Lake of Nine bridge is completely frozen over now. Looks like we are riding some completely different thing with two different dogs here. Obviously, we got the Blades of Chaos still on Kratos' back. He never put them up. Yeah.
Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared to consider.
What if there was someone who could help us?
You mean Tyr, the old god of war in these lands?
Never mind.
who is dead.
Well, for a dead man, Odin seemed pretty keen on seeing he wasn't found.
If he's
Yeah.
out there, we gotta find him.
Come in!
So we have the old dwarf from the last game. This one was shoot. His brother's Brock. I forgot his name. His brother's the blue one. It looks like they are in the realm of the dwarves. Basically, everything is obviously smaller. Where we have like seven foot tall hunky dory man Kratos, right there, and also we get a closer look at his blades. Now it looks like there's a bit more rust on the blades of chaos because it could have been at a certain point where he put them up. I saw that off some video. I wish I could find it. I was looking for it before I made the video, but I couldn't find it. Like there's some rust more on his blades. Like between the moments of the last game and the now, he put his blades of chaos up because at the beginning of it, uh, he he didn't have his blades of chaos on his back. And now he does.
What in all your...
And we're instantly pausing again because now we have the world tree. It looks like one of the roots have grown inside here. And instead of trying to cut it down for when it's in bits, it's impossible to cut it down. Looks like the dwarf Brock looks like he just built over it. Their house was built over it. Use things to our advantage.
yarns me that happened to him?
We're trying to stop Ragnarok, to help people. And what if the only way
Looks like we have some classical characters right here. Looks like an old ogre. These look like some Draugr or maybe some wolves.
to do that is war?
They got grappling now, which is pretty cool. Which is an old move that you used to be able to do in the old God of War games. So looks like since now he's bringing his Blades of Chaos back, he's relearning how to use them again and using his old powers from before. So he could actually, maybe Kratos could actually turn on Atreus, and that's what leads to Kratos' death. If he doesn't die, he leads without one hand, because if we notice that memorial from at the end of the game, looks like Kratos' soul is going into Loki or Atreus, aka Disappointment, and his hand is cut off, which is basically according to the mythology of Tyr. That's how Tyr died.
War is not the only way.
See, he doesn't have his blades chaos.
Stop
on
thinking
his
like a father for a moment and start thinking like a
Right
general.
Okay, two things about that clip right there. You notice that he didn't have his blades of chaos, so he picked them up sometime later. So he did put them down again. And also another thing, when Disappointment said, "Stop thinking like a father and think like a general for once." So we know that Kratos doesn't want to go back to his old ways because that led to the death of his family. Since Kratos wants to think like a father and he wants to be more like a father, he doesn't want to recreate his past where he killed his old wife and his old son. That's why he doesn't want to act like a general anymore, because he used to be the general of Sparta. Some history lessons.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you a calm and reasonable person?
So it looks like we got Thor here with Thor's hammer. We got Mjolnir. No, not according to the freaking Avengers type deal thing. Sorry about that. I had to go do some real quick. So yeah, it's not like the Avengers, like where he Prince of Asgard, all that same doohickey crap, but not like Avengers. You ain't gonna see Iron Man. You ain't gonna see none of them. Also, if you look at his character model, he's a lot fatter. Could be a joke, or it could be according to the actual mythology, where he was a lazy man. He was a lazy god, but he was a strong god. That's what Thor was. Yeah. So that looks like this is a Asgardian angel. So it looks like Odin or Thor has sent one of these angels down to take care of them. So yeah, it looks like they've done that to obviously confront them and kill them. But it looks like we still have the classic ice powers, which I'm cool with. Yeah. So the axe still comes back to Kratos, meaning he still has the power of it. He still powers on over it. Looks like we still have the classical throw trick, which is the R1, and we still have the power moves. Sorry for that lag, but looks like we now have a new character or a new enemy in the game, which looks like a mini boss fight. Could have a health bar or whatever. That looks pretty cool. Can't wait for that to happen.
In moments of crisis,
Ooh, what was that? You know that that horse with the human, whatever that was. Looks like here they could be back in Alfheim. I think that was my episode 3 video. Might have been my episode 4. That was my episode 3 video. Please go watch that. At least not right now until like the end of February because because that video I qualify for a Guinness World Record. All right. So yeah, it looks like they're in a in Alfheim. Looks like they are like going back, obviously because all the rounds are open. Whereas the last game we only had to select a few of the rounds. So it looks like we're back here, and yeah, they probably might be doing something. Probably going to be partnering up with the Light Elves and or the Dark Elves because what we know from the last game, where Kratos kills the Dark Elf chief, he his last words were like, "You are making a grave mistake." And then they gave light all back to the light elves. So who knows? We could be partnering with the light elves and or the dark elves.
panic does nothing.
Yeah, right there. Just showed you.
Harness it.
Just in there, two things are just. This kind of looks like Jotunheim. If it's not, then it's a completely different realm. Could even just be Midgard. Looks like we got about 2 ogres here, and looks like we can now customize the shield. Whereas the last one we could only give it power ups. We can now customize it, and he can now take it off, which is something pretty cool. I haven't seen that before, so that looks pretty cool. Looks like they have done the graphics up a lot from what I'm seeing. Because my bad Wi-Fi, it's not really clear, but like yeah, it looks like it's all going well.
Let it serve you.
Tyr!
Are you coming with us?
All right, so this is a powerful moment. We noticed from where if we looked at Baldur and Kratos at the beginning, we saw that Baldur was smaller than Kratos. Meaning that Kratos obviously had the most power here. Kratos, the game was centered around Kratos. Now that we got how Tyr looks is a lot bigger than Kratos. Looks like it's going to be centered a lot around disappointment and Tyr. Another thing I noticed, I feel like they purposely modeled Tyr as Jesus Christ, mainly for this one reason, because Tyr has been known to be he was a good, great god. That's why he was banished and killed supposedly by Odin. So that's why he is here. I feel like because everybody loved him. We got the new God of War logo where it's now blue because of Ragnarok. Everything is frozen. Thor Ragnarok was also a movie too. That's my sister right there. Um, yeah, they got a new logo. It just fits it.
You'll get your answer soon enough. Well,
So this chick right here, according to Norse mythology, Loki and this girl right here gave birth to the world serpent. So yeah, basically we're going to see a love story between disappointment and this girl.
well, some of them. PlayStation.
We have the obvious PlayStation logo. That's really it. Thank you for that. Hopefully you guys have a good one, and remember to remember the name skits. So.